maybe you cannot see it. We all know that if a person's lying there and they have heavy clothing on, you oftentimes can't tell if they're breathing. But we're not going to go through that step to actually check that closely. Number one, get that 911 system started, because it's only in TV that they respond in 2 minutes.
Only in TV. I bet in real life it feels like a lifetime if you're waiting for someone, especially someone that you love, to receive medical assistance. And so to know that this is a technique that you can use in that waiting time.
Absolutely.
That can save a life. You know, whether it's a stranger or someone you know, it's definitely worth doing. And I'm going to come over here with your mannequin little Ann, and I want us to walk through this technique and learn, and actually you can teach me and teach our viewers all at the same time this CPR technique.
A very straightforward.
Exactly.
Okay. The first thing we're going to do is check our scene to make sure the scene is safe. So we sort of look around, make sure there's nothing that would endanger us.
Okay.
The scene's safe.
Okay.
We're going to make that assumption. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our victim.
Okay.
So we're going to tap them on the shoulder and just shout out loud enough to wake them if they're sleeping.
Just one basic tap. Don't shake the person.
Don't shake them, because if they've got head, neck, or spine injuries, we don't want to make it worse.
Okay.
So just a tap to kind of get their attention, and then shout out, "Are you okay? Are you all right?"
Okay, so are you okay? Are you all right? No, don't touch.
Don't
no,
touch.
Okay.
No response.
No response.
So we're going to start that 911, and we're going. If we don't have a cell phone, we're going to pick somebody that's close to us.
I've got myself.
And we dial 911.
And we dial 911 at that point. So we find out, are you okay? We tap, non-responsive, dial 911.
Dial 911.
All right, very good.
And the wonderful thing about the EMS system is if you haven't had CPR in a while, or if you've never had CPR, they'll walk you through it.
Okay.
They will talk to you the whole time, because you're not going to hang up the phone.
Okay.
You're going to stay on the line until advanced medical care arrives.
Okay. So don't panic. The person on the other end will tell you what to do.
They will. They'll start asking questions and tell you.
Okay, very good. So what is the next thing that we do after we
The next thing we want to do is as you said earlier, we want to find out if they're breathing.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tip the head back. We call it the head tilt chin lift. You push on the forehead. See how the head automatically goes back?
Right.
And that straightens the airway. Sometimes that's enough to get a person started breathing. But we're going to hold it back, and then we're going to put our cheek real close to the mouth.
Okay.
Look at the chest and see if we feel any air.
You're feeling for air.
And you're looking to see if the chest is rising.
Okay. So, and then
You
what
can
happens
actually
if
hold
it's
your
not-
hand a little bit if you want and feel.
Okay.
So if you don't feel anything, you don't see anything, then they're probably not breathing.
Okay.
So we always go with the simple stuff first. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try 2 breaths. Now this is where a lot of people are a little concerned, because they may not want to breathe into somebody they don't know, and they're not real sure. Yeah, we have lots of little key breathing barriers that you can carry. When we train, we actually use these.
Okay.
And we'll pull one of these out so we can actually show everybody what it looks
Now,
like.
this isn't something that in an emergency that you didn't plan on you would automatically have.
I actually have my keys on one, so I always have one.
You always have one with you. Okay.
And then what we do is this just
Now, where
covers
can people
them
get
up.
this from if you want to keep one in your purse?
You can get it from the American Red Cross. They
Okay.
can go to our website, which is atlantaredcross.org.
All right.
They can call our phone number, 404-875-3302.
Good. All right.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're all by yourself, if you're all by yourself, we all live with plastic bags.
Use a plastic bag.
A little hole in the plastic bag, because we actually,
do it yourself. If
do
you
it
need
yourself.
to.
We're going to put it over that. We've got the head tip back. We're going to pinch the nose, and we're going to put 2 breaths in.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
You want to try that, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead. You go ahead. I'll watch
do
it.
it. I'm pushing the forehead.
Okay.
1, 2. The breaths went in.
Okay.
You can see the chest rise a little bit. Now I'm going to look to see if that works. And I don't see them breathing. So I know the breaths went in, they've got a clear airway, but they're going to need CPR.
Okay, so only do the 2 breaths.
Right.
Only 2.
Nope.
Okay.
That's 2. We've got, their lungs are not full of air. So we're set. What we're going to do is we're going to push the air. So we're going to take one hand and we're going to put it in the middle of the chest.
The very middle, I see here.
The heel of our hand.
The heel of the hand.
And we're going to put the other hand right on top of it.
And we're
going to push really hard, and we're going to do it 30 times. And I'll give you a little
30 times?
Yep. I'll give you a hint. If we do Staying Alive, by the Bee Gees.
All right.
We got the
Go
right
ahead.
beat.
All right. Two,
Staying alive, staying
four,
alive. 1, 2,
6,
yep,
7,
real fast.
8, 9, 10,
Staying
11,
alive, staying
12,
alive.
13,
14.
15,
It's a lot of work,
16,
isn't it?
17,
But you're doing it
18,
the right time.
19,
She's pushing
20,
with her body
21,
weight, and she's not
22,
using her arms.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29,
Very good.
and 30. Okay, at this point, what should be happening?
At this point, if we're very, very lucky, they may be coughing in between, in which case we know that they've restarted their heart.
Okay.
And sometimes that'll work.
Okay. Now, if they respond before you get to 30,
then you stop.
You stop.
You stop.
You don't say, no, stay right there.
Yeah.
I got
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Okay.
really good.
All right,
Yeah.
good. All right.
If you get any kind of response from them, you're going to stop.
That's good.
And you know that you've done it.
Okay.
The reality is, oftentimes that won't happen.
Okay.
And as you found out, it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
That's why at this point in time you go, I've called 911. They should be here really fast. I'm sure they should.
Okay.
We're going to do that 30, and then we're going to go back and give 2 more breaths and do 30 again.
Okay, so you just keep repeating the
Keep
same
repeating.
cycle over again.
Over and over
again. So you
again.
do the complete 30, non-responsive, 2 more breaths,
Right.
then go back to it. If they're non-responsive, and you just
2 more
keep
breaths.
going, 2 more breaths.
Right.
If they're non-responsive, 30 more times. 2 more breaths.
That's
just
right.
keep going.
Keep going.
And keep rotating the same pattern.
That's right.
Okay, very
And
good.
we're going to do that. In Georgia, we have a Good Samaritan's law. So you, as a bystander that's responding, are covered by the Good Samaritan law. And as long as you continue to do that, and the only reasons that you're supposed to stop are if EMS shows up.
Now, when you say you're covered,
That means that
no one can hold you liable and say that you killed their loved one.
Right, because you are a good Samaritan.
Okay.
You are trying to help somebody out of the goodness of your heart.
Okay.
So
is that across the country?
It is across the country. Every state in the United States has a Good Samaritan law. They vary a little bit, but they all have them, and they have them just for this reason. We don't want people to be afraid to respond.
Exactly.
We want them to do everything they can to help a person.
That's good.
We at the American Red Cross would like to have one person in every household and one person in every office trained in CPR.
That's good. That's wonderful. Now, do you teach the CPR class?
We do. CPR classes are available through the American Red Cross. Anybody can go to our website, which is atlantaredcross.org, or they can call 404-873-3302, option 2.
Option 2 for those CPR classes. And I would imagine those are going on right now.
All the time. They're offered all the time. We have multiple locations they can take the training at.
That's great. So we've got those water safety classes that we learned about on the first half. Because if you learn how to swim, you may not need the CPR.
Absolutely.
First things first.
First things first.
Excellent. Wonderful information. Liz, we're under a minute. Any last words you'd like to leave with our viewers?
Once again, take training. Be safe. We've been doing this for over 100 years. We celebrate 100 years of training this year. And we would like everybody, once again, one person